I say hello to everybody again, whether you're here or going to be streaming on YouTube. We're going to look at fact and opinion. So let me share real quick with you. A couple of videos here. All right, let's go to watch later. All right, let's look at this one. All right, what's happening here?
A lot of us probably.
All right, let's try that again.
Hey guys, welcome to this.
I love technology. All right, let's try this again. Come on.
Facts versus opinions. This can be a touchy subject for some because a lot of us, probably most of us,
Unbelievable.
to do a careful examination.
Let's pause it for a second and buffer.
Welcome to this video on facts versus opinions. This can be a touchy subject because a lot of us, probably most of us, are convinced.
What the heck? What's wrong with the internet? What is on?
Hey guys, welcome to this video on facts versus opinions. This can be a touchy subject for some because a lot of us, probably most of us, are convinced that our opinions are facts. In this video, we are going to do a careful examination of the difference between a fact and an opinion, and then we will take a look at a few examples. First, let's review some definitions. Here's how Merriam-Webster defines.
Come on. Work for me, for crying out loud.
Between a fact and an opinion, and then we will take at a few examples. First, let's review some definitions. Here is how Merriam-Webster defines them. An opinion is a view, judgment, or appraisal formed in the mind about a particular matter. A fact is a thing done, something that has actual existence, a piece of information presented as having objective reality, or
Right.
always objective.
So let's look at first opinion. It is a view. It's a viewpoint, a judgment. You come up with it yourself, okay, about something, okay? That person's hair is nice is not a fact. That is an opinion, okay? A fact is something that can be proven, okay? The sky is blue, all right? I have a maroon shirt on. You can take, it is a big word here, objective reality or objectively true, okay? And we're gonna learn this more from the examples than these Merriam-Webster dictionary definition versions.
True. So facts are things that are undeniably true and are based on evidence. Like the fact that a golden retriever is a dog.
Mhm.
No one in their right mind would try to debate that it is a cat or a dragon. Our opinions are based on our ability to perceive and interpret our experiences of the world around us. For instance, I think warm peach cobbler with a scoop of vanilla ice cream is the best tasting dessert in the whole world.
Pretty good, maybe not
This
the
is
best.
my opinion. Not everyone likes peaches.
Yeah, so even out of the 14 of us that are online right now, I'm assuming not everybody's first go-to with, hey, what is your favorite dessert? You probably, odds are, I think you might have different ones. You might say chocolate cake or some sort of ice cream or a sundae or something like that. Not everybody would be specific to say a cobbler.
Ice cream, vanilla flavored ice cream, or sweet sugar. Opinions tend to catch a bad rap. You may have heard people say, your opinion doesn't matter, or that's just your opinion, as means of disqualifying what you've said. Well, these statements are true. In the big picture, they really don't matter. However, our opinions are special because they can be expressions of our preferences and life experiences. There are two big things to be aware of when discussing opinions. First, our opinions should be conformed to facts. What I mean when I say this is that if I were to look at a dog and say, that is a cat, for various reasons, the dog is still objectively a dog. Because I hold a view that when put up against a fact is wrong, it's exposed as my opinion and thus should be conformed to the objective fact. My mind needs to change because the fact isn't changing. It's a fact, it's reality. Second, outside of objective facts, opinions are okay to hold, and to some people, your opinions do matter. People's opinions are important in that they can help us to know the person better. Like you guys now know that I like peach cobbler with vanilla ice cream. You're allowed to have an opinion about how you think things taste, music style preferences, favorite movies, favorite color, etc. However, when you start to hold the opinion that gasoline isn't flammable, it's time to conform to the objective truth that it is indeed flammable and probably stay as far away from all humans until you figure that one out. Another important note is that just because the overwhelming majority holds an opinion, or even if everyone holds an opinion, that does not make something a fact. As much as we would like to have the authoritative power to turn our opinions into facts, it just doesn't work that way. I hope that this video was helpful. You can check out more of our videos by clicking.
Yeah, so we'll get into a couple of those things, and we don't want to get political or talk about maybe controversial things. We'll keep talking about things that aren't super controversial. But if you would think back in like slavery times, the majority of the people in the South thought that slavery was okay. Now that was an opinion that broadly more than 50% of people thought was okay. Was it right? We now, looking at into 2020 and 2021, can look back and say, no, that was no good. So let's look at, I'm going to stop sharing and I will look at this quick PowerPoint. And then this is going to be a hammering practice sort of deal. Let's look at this one. All right, so very simple fact and opinion, basically how to tell the difference. Let's see if we can go through here. Facts are statements that can be proven. That's the key right there, guys, proven, okay? Facts may be true or false, but facts can be proven. So proven, excuse me. Let's look at some examples. One, statistically, women live longer than men. So that's not an opinion. That is the truth. If you look at every country in the world, most women are living longer than men. Okay. Most buses weigh more than cars. That's obviously true as well. They're significantly bigger. And then this fact is a false fact that there are 10 inches in a foot. How many are there? 12, right? So let's look at opinions. Opinions are statements that cannot be proven. So they can be argued. You can support them with facts, but they cannot be proven. So if I were to poll all 14 of you and we were able to see if golf is boring, okay, I would say probably a chunk of you, maybe the majority of you would say golf is boring. But if one of us thinks that it's not, that's just an opinion. That is not, you cannot prove that golf is boring, okay? Pizza is delicious. It's not delicious if you're lactose intolerant and you can't have cheese, or if you're gluten intolerant, or something like that. Or math is the hardest subject. I believe that it's the hardest subject out of all 4 sections of the GED, but I have had a student this morning come to me with test scores significantly higher in math than in the language arts, okay? So let's look right here. Let's look at fact or opinion. According, you're gonna help me out with this, so if you would put your, or unmute yourselves. According to sales records, strawberry ice cream is the worst selling of all flavors. Fact or opinion?
Opinion.
It's a fact.
So this is going to be a fact because we're looking at sales records and we're looking at this is the tricky word here, because if it said worst tasting, then yeah, that's an opinion. This is a fact only because we can see and do like a bar graph or something like that to see which flavors are the worst or do not sell well, okay? Next one, therefore we can conclude that strawberry is the least popular major ice cream flavor, okay? So we can prove that this is because strawberry ice cream does not taste as good as vanilla or chocolate. This is the opinion one.
That's the opinion.
This is the opinion one, because just because it's the worst selling does not mean that it is the quote unquote worst tasting. That's up to everybody's own opinion. Okay. I like vanilla. Some people like chocolate. You like strawberry. It's okay. It's fine. Next one. Okay. We're not going to write down whether we're not going to write this. We're just going to talk about it. So let's go one by one through some of these, and then we're going to do some more practice and then end up on iExcel. All right. Number one, it is not appropriate to watch funny cat videos during school. It is not appropriate.
That's a fact. No.
I don't know. This one's a toughie.
Opinion.
I would say that it is an opinion,
It's an opinion, yeah.
okay? Because of this word appropriate, okay? And you could think of it with other examples of levels of appropriateness. Again, probably a movie that you would watch would be something maybe inappropriate that your grandmother would not watch, excuse me. All right, I just had somebody pop in. Give me 1 second. Myelin.
Hi.
Hey. I'm just getting your attendance down.
Yeah, sorry. I tried to get in here at like 5 and it wasn't letting me. Like, I don't know if we
Uh-huh.
started class yet.
Okay.
And then 5:10.
So we're just looking just to sum it up, fact and opinion. And we're just
Mhm.
doing a bunch of excuse me, of practice of it.
Okay.
We looked at this one. It's not appropriate to watch funny cat videos during school. That is an opinion because appropriateness has different levels, obviously.
Right.
So let's continue. There are fewer panda bears in the world than grizzly bears. Fact or opinion?
That's a fact.
It's going to be a
Fact.
fact. You can
That's a-
physically go and count panda bears. You can physically go and count the population of grizzly bears. And if there are less panda bears, okay, then there are, whether this is a true statement or a false statement, it still is factual because you can go and back that up. I don't know if that is actually true or false. I don't know if there's more panda bears or less panda bears than grizzly bears, but that statement is a factual statement. This one, oops, what did I do here? Drinking orange juice right after brushing your teeth tastes bad.
Fact.
It's an opinion.
It's going to be an opinion, guys. You can't, I mean, it may be true for you, and I agree with it because it is pretty gross with the acidity versus the like super basic baking soda that is made for toothpaste. But this right here, that it is bad. You cannot, there are different levels of what things taste bad or good, okay? So that's going to be an opinion-based sentence. The Mountain Boys deserve to win the award for best new group. I don't know who that is. Fact or opinion?
Opinion.
Opinion, because who determines whether they are deserving or another group is deserving, okay? Now, if you said, if they did win and you said the Mountain Boys won best new group, cool. That's a factual sentence rather than an opinion-based sentence, okay? This is where like your news channels are trying to, when they have a particular bias, they're trying to sell you something as if it was a fact when it is sometimes truly an opinion. Chicken that has not been properly prepared and cooked may cause salmonella.
Fact.
Fact.
Yeah, that's going to be a fact. We can test that out. you go ahead and eat chicken raw and see if you don't get sick. Okay. We have stated that is been tested and is gross. Lying to your friends is wrong. This one's a tough one. Lying to your friends is wrong.
I'm gonna have to go with opinion.
It's an opinion.
It's going to be an
because-
opinion because your levels of wrong versus right, okay? If your wife asks you, does she look good in that dress? It's always yes, okay? And that could potentially be what we call a white lie. But this right here is an opinion-based sentence. Lying to your friends is wrong, okay? The computer was invented before the internet.
That's a fact.
Mhm. Yeah, so we can physically go back to the history books and see, okay, computer invented, that happened at a certain time. Okay, we used to have some that would fill whole entire buildings in the 50s and 60s. And then the internet probably came out late 80s, early 90s. Okay, so let's move on. Mario is one of the greatest video game characters of all time.
Opinion.
Opinion.
That's going to be an opinion. I think that has truth to it. I really liked Mario when I was a kid, but you ask new kids, you ask kids who are, teenagers right now, they don't know Mario perhaps.
They don't.
Okay. Next one. Chocolate milk tastes better than regular milk.
Opinion.
Yeah, this is the key word there, better. Chocolate milk tastes better than regular milk. I think it's truthful, gives it some flavor, but that's not true for everybody. There are more days in a leap year than in a regular year. Now you
That's
have to
a
really
fact.
think. You have to remember what a leap year is. A leap year has 29 days in
29
February
days
instead
in
of 28.
February.
So that would mean that the leap year would have one more day than a regular year. Okay. So is it true, or is it is it a factual statement?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Awesome. Very good. So 56 days. No, 65, 366 days. I can think. So those were the answers. I guess we really didn't need to write those down. I'm going to stop sharing really quickly. I'm going to show you what I'm going to send you. A couple of things to work on if you want to print them out on my, there's a couple of these worksheets. So I want to look through this one real quick. We're going to highlight it if you don't mind, and then we're going to check out IXL on this one. So this is a basic, like seriously elementary-ish, just to go through to get an understanding of it. A statement is a fact if it can be proven true or false, okay? A statement is an opinion if it expresses someone's feelings, okay? So we have examples here. Jason's pet hamster has 5 legs. If you can count the legs on the hamster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can understand that is a factual statement. Or if you can count the legs on the hamster and there's only 4, it's still a fact, but it would be what they call a false fact, okay? Because we can physically look at the hamster's legs. That cloud in the sky looks like our older sister, okay? The reason why that is going to be an opinion is because it's indicating what somebody thinks rather than something you can actually prove, okay? All right, next one. Number 1, let's do some of these. You should lock your car. What do you guys think? Let me see if I can write here. Ooh. What do you guys think? Fact or an opinion?
Opinion.
It's an opinion.
Opinion.
Opinion, but the cops want you to, right? You ever see that in people's neighborhoods? Lock your cars. At 9 o'clock, lock up. I think I got a football somewhere that says it in my room here. His motorcycle makes too much noise. What do you guys think?
Opinion.
Opinion.
opinion, okay? And that's gonna be just a reiteration of who gets to judge what's too much noise. If you said his motorcycle is over 120 decibels, again, we can go and we could get a measurement of decibels and understand which one we're looking at. Jacob wore a red necktie to the meeting on Monday.
Fact.
Fact.
That's a fact.
That's a factual statement, yes. My friend's house is very beautiful.
Opinion.
Yeah, because that's going to be different for everybody who views your friend's house. Many children have parties on their birthdays.
Opinion.
I think we can actually, I'm going to go down, I'm going to cheat here. That is going to be fact because you can actually measure that one out. So you can look at a group of children and throughout the year see if many of them have parties or not, whether that's false or true. So that's going to be a factual statement. Paige, listen to the radio in the car. Fact or an opinion?
It's a fact.
Fact.
Fact. We can go back and we can, see if she did that or not. Last Monday was the best day of my life.
Opinion.
Opinion.
It's going to be an opinion. Okay. The radio is too loud.
Opinion.
Too loud for who? Okay. If you're completely deaf, then it's not too loud because it would not affect you. That's going to be an opinion. All right, let's look here. Gotta go back. I don't want to sign things. I want to highlight things. Or I could do a circle. All right. Which sentence is an opinion? Sarah did a great job on the math test. Mark's dog is 47 centimeters from head to tail. Christian went to get another paper towel from the kitchen. Which ones can we prove?
B.
We can definitely prove that the dog's 47 inches. Can we prove that he went to get a paper towel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we prove that she did a great job?
Oh.
Only if we see it
Well,
physically.
we don't know what the definition of great job is. If you're like, a friend that I had in high school, a great job, if you didn't get 100%, that wasn't a great job. And I had other friends who would get 60s and 70s, and that was for them a great job. Okay. So we're going to go with the one that's an opinion there. Okay. Which sentence here? Excuse me. New Year's Day is the most important holiday of the year. And there are 12 months in the year, or our team won the tournament.
A.
A.
A's going to be opinion because we can actually research that there are 12 months a year, and that if the team won, whether or not we can check that out, you can't prove that New Year's Day is the most important holiday of the year for every person, every ethnic group, every family. Every different holiday is maybe more important than the others for religious reasons, or just maybe fun. Maybe you really, really, really like Thanksgiving, and my grandfather died on Thanksgiving, so I don't really like it. You know what I mean? So that's where we get opinion based on that. So I'm going to stop sharing real quick, and I will start sharing again. See if I add anybody. Okay. I'm going to look. Let's go to iExcel real quick. All right, iExcel. Super fast today. And I will reiterate for everybody, especially my new people, my newbies, please go to the diagnostic section there, enter that diagnostic arena. I get to see your levels, spend some time doing that. Even if you haven't done it in the last month, go ahead and do that so I get more specific. These little circles rather than these larger circles indicate that you spent more time and it's more specific, and you're going to get more of a specific more specific suggested understanding. So I'll just look at Francesca's. For math, she has specific recommended skill sets to look at because coming in at that whatever that level is. I'm looking at the wrong one here. So the reading, if your name is here, you need to get going on there as best as you can. If it's here, you need to get started if you have not started, okay? So that's good. Some of you, again, make sure you get on there. Let's look up real quick. Fact and opinion was on for some reason social studies. Let's go to learning. Let's go to learning. Let's see if we can get a visual here. Let's not go to math because I don't want to do math.
Maybe we should make something. That's kind
Okay,
of
let's do, where is my fact and opinion?
Well, I was looking at that and I was like, how the hell are they hooked up? I thought maybe just like split up and clip or something, but it doesn't.
All right, I don't think.
It's not even, it don't even match the little grooves on the side of it. It's not wide enough.
literally.
All right, so we are looking for fact and opinion. All right, bingo, bango. This is social studies. All right, let's go through some of these. We're at the 5th grade level. I think we'll have a good time with this. All right, our 5-cent coin is called a nickel, but is not made out of nickel. What do you guys think? Fact or opinion on that?
Opinion.
So let's look. Our 5-cent coin is called a nickel, but is not made out of nickel.
Correct.
It's a fact.
So that's a fact, whether it's true or false, it's a fact. In today's economy, a nickel is almost worthless. That's that phrase that's opinionated, almost worthless. Because if I took that nickel to another country, that nickel might be worth more or something more significant. Or my great grandfather would say the nickel could buy you, you know, I don't know, soda or something like that. So that is your fact. Correcto. Let's look. Serena Williams began playing tennis when she was 4 years old. Can we actually go back through the history books and see that?
Yes.
That is the fact. Let's look at the other one. Serena Williams was too young when she started playing tennis.
Opinion.
That's the opinion. Too young for who? You know, what does that mean? Some, you know, it's just kind of a goofy statement. Definitely opinionated. All right, that's right. Let's look at the next one. The Statue of Liberty is made of copper, or the Statue of Liberty is easy to recognize. That's a tough one.
Copper one is the.
So we can look and we can actually test out and see if the actual Statue of Liberty is made of copper. This may not be recognizable to somebody who like lives in a tribe somewhere in South America or something, okay? They may have never heard of the United States ever, okay? So that's where we get this idea of fact versus opinion, okay? So that's fact. Keep it up, Buttercup. All right, next one. New York City's first subway started running on October 27th, 1904. Or riding the subway is the best way to get around the city, around New York City. Which one is our fact?
The
Both
top
of
one.
them.
The top one.
Well, somebody said both of them. Let's evaluate why it's not both of them. Okay. So riding the subway is the best. When you say the word best, you are indicating probably an opinion. Okay. For a bird, going through the subway is not the best way around New York City. For somebody on a motorcycle, you probably can go faster or something like that, even on a bicycle, probably. So that's where we get that idea of those both not being facts. We can go back to the history books and see that that is kind of like opening day for subways. Keep it up. Let's see what we got here. Okay, now we're going to determine from this statement if it is a factual statement or not. Lewis and Clark were the bravest explorers in American history.
Opinion.
Opinion.
Yeah, because this is who determines bravest. Okay. So that's definitely an opinion. Okay. If you said Lewis and Clark were exploring in the 1800s, we can go back and say that that's a factual statement. Okay. Next one. Thurgood Marshall was the first African-American member of the Supreme Court. Fact or opinion?
Fact.
Yeah, that's factual. We can go look at the history books, talk to a history teacher and understand that that's factual. Prove it. Next one. People are taxed too much.
Opinion.
It's going to be an opinion, okay? Whether you believe it to be true or not, if you start looking all over the world at people who are taxed at many, 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 many different levels, some people believe that they're not taxed too much, but some percentages are different all over the world, okay? We're taxed somewhere the 20, 30, maybe 40%. If you go to Sweden, you're at close to 80%, okay? Let's look at opinion. Yes. In 1872, Susan B. Anthony was arrested for trying to vote.
Fact.
That's a
Fact,
fact.
because we could go back to the history books and prove that that either happened or didn't happen, okay? The Empire State Building is 1,250 feet tall.
Fact.
Fact. We can go and we can take a tape measure and measure it if we wanted to. Bravo, we did it. Let's keep practicing. Actually, yeah, let's move up. Let's see if we can do the 8th grade level. I bet it's probably a little more difficult, or it's non-existent. I guess they don't have that one for that. Maybe 6th. I guess they don't have it. All right. Well, let's do some practice on the supplemental stuff I'm going to give you. And I will share. Where are you? That's not my one. Oh, you can't see this, right? I'll get it right. Here we go. All right. Bingo. So let's look at this one. This is just worksheet number 1 from this website. All right, so we're going to do the same thing, fact or opinion, and we're explaining why. So the explanation why is going to be important. The fastest land-dwelling creature is a cheetah.
Fact, because you can race them.
Yeah, you can actually, you take a speedometer and you can look and it goes, I don't know, 40-something miles an hour, okay? Michael Jordan has a career average of 30.4 points per game.
Fact.
Yeah, you can go back to the history books, NBA history books, and look up that. You can support that. George Washington was the first president of the United States under the Constitution. Yeah, that's fact. Whether true or false, we can go check that out. Next one, the ugliest sea creature is the manatee.
Opinion.
I believe that that opinion is true. It's very, very ugly. But that idea of ugly has different levels. Some people, and I'm assuming maybe one of you, think that they're really, really cute, right? You see them swimming and they are super docile and, whatever. Next one, Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Opinion.
Going to be an opinion, okay? And I don't want to go down that rabbit trail. There seems to be too much testing in public schools. Fact or opinion?
Opinion.
That's going to be opinion. If I said, though, there's more testing in public schools than there were 25 years ago, then we could go ahead and say that that's a fact because we could go check that out and look it up. Next one. Prison is the worst place on the planet.
Opinion.
That's
It's an
gonna be
opinion.
okay? All right. Next one. It is wrong for people under the age of 21 to drink alcohol.
Opinion.
Now, if
It's
it
an
said
opinion.
it was illegal for people in the United States to drink under 21, that would be a fact. This is going to be an opinion because I can give you some caveats here. If you're taking communion, you do not have to be 21. You can drink at your own house and you can drink at church legally. So that would mean that it would not be wrong in those two situations to consume alcohol. Next one. Sister Carrie was written by Theodore Dreiser.
Fact.
Dreisier. That's going to be a fact. You can go back and check that out if it's not, okay, or is. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King won 11 Oscars.
The fact.
Fact. Awesome. Oranges contain calcium and vitamin C.
Fact.
Yeah, you can go and see a nutritionalist about that. Richard Pryor is the funniest comedian of all time.
Opinion.
Opinion.
That's going to be an opinion. Some people love Pryor, okay, and think he's, you know, or was one of the best ever. But this is it. How do you judge funniest? Some people do not like his routines or did not like his routines. It was a little too much for them. Next one. Diamonds are the hardest substance on earth. That's a tough one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fact.
So because you can prove it or disprove it, it's a fact. If you said they're the most beautiful substance on earth, then we have an opinion there. McDonald's sells more hamburgers than any other restaurant chain in the world.
Fact.
Fact. We can go and see they have like what was it, 50 billion or something sold since it opened. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. Questions, comments for me before you got about 7 minutes. I'm gonna give you some time now to get set up for mathematics. Okay. Questions, comments. I really would challenge you to go ahead and buy all 4 sections of the practice test. Use that code 50 off. Okay, literally just write 50 OFF. Okay, 50 off is that code for myged.com. If you have not set an account up on myged.com, I just sent that to Jamie on accident. I went to send that to everyone. How do I send that to everyone? All right, so everyone. So you're gonna go to myged.com and or ged.com. They both work. And you're gonna go use the code 50 off. Okay, and that's gonna give you 50% off. And we all want to save money during these lovely, lovely times. Okay. All right, my friends. If you want to stay on and have any questions, awesome. If not, I will see you Thursday, and I will upload the last couple of videos, I think. All right.
Yeah.
Thank
All right,
you.
my friends. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Adios. Adios, amigos.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, Mr.
Adios, amigo.